I want to tell you something I never said on this channel before. In 2008, I was a general sales manager making over $250,000 a year. 9 years running desk. And in 1 year, it was all gone. Not slow, gone. I was one of 60 managers that lost their jobs at the collapse of 2007, 2008. I had 6 kids at home. The youngest was 6 months. And a repo man knocked on the door to take our car. That's the lowest I've ever been. And I want you to know that before I tell you anything else. Because everything I teach you comes from starting from zero all over again. Not from an easy story that everything works out the first time. I went back to the showroom floor, but not as a manager. As a salesperson again, starting over. At an age where most people would have quit, I landed at Volkswagen. And over the next several years, I became #1 Volkswagen salesperson in the nation. The best month of my life, I delivered 65 cars that I needed an assistant, which was my son. Here's what that rebuild taught me. Something that no training could ever do. It's never the talent. I proved that twice. Once as a 30-something rookie that delivered his first month 13 cars with zero experience. And again in my 40s, rebuilding from nothing with a family depending on me. Same plan both times, same result both times. That's not luck. That's not talent. That's a system that works no matter where you're at in your life when you start. Let me give you one piece of that system right now, because I want you to feel it work before I'll ask you for anything. 4 out of 5 people walk into a dealership and walk out without buying. Most salespeople think it's about price or their internet or just looking customers. It's not. Customers cannot sell themselves. If you stand there reacting to everything they say, I need to think about it. I need to talk to my wife. You've already lost. You're the reactor, and the reactor never wins. You have to be the one running the plan. Every single time, with every single person. No exceptions. That's it. That's the whole game. Underneath all the objections that you're going to hear. Believe that, and you'll stop losing deals. You never had to lose. Now, I spent 27 years building the system that sits underneath the whole idea. And for a long time, the only way to get it was through my full training. But I kept hearing from people that was just starting out that needed something smaller. Something that lays the foundation before you need the whole system. So I wrote a book. It's called Sell Your First Car This Week. And it's on Amazon for $9.95. It's not a watered down version of my training. It's the foundation, the mindset, the plan, the habit that got me 13 cars my first month. And the same habits that got me back to #1 in the nation when I had to start all over again at 40. If you're brand new or you're struggling, or you just need someone to hand you a real plan instead of another pet talk, that book is where you start. Here's the honest truth about the book. It gives you the plan. It doesn't give you the word-to-word script, the exact language that I use for every objection. the full 16. Sales from greeting to delivery. The qualifying sheet that I built in 2 decades. That's in the complete training. The book gets you standing on solid ground. The training is what turns you into a top producer. Think of it as 3 steps. This channel teaches you the concept, free every week. The book gives you the foundation for $9.95. The full training gives you the entire system. Everything I use, from going to 13 cars a month to 65 cars a month. Twice in 2 different chapters of my life. I didn't build any of this to sit in the shelf. I build it because I know how it feels to have nothing. And I know exactly what it takes to build it back up. If you're starting from zero right now, new to the business, or just starting in life again, I've been exactly where you are. Twice. Grab the book on Amazon. When you're ready for the complete system, the link to my full training is below this video. Sell more cars, close more deals, earn more.